You have another dream.
This time, don't touch anything. I think I'm starting to see something.
Oh, right. It looks like something really weird.
You're seeing my reflection on the glass.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I think if I just apply a little magical zap to this wire here...
Actually, that's not a wire. That's the tip of your beard.
What? My beard? Ah!
A strange voice speaks. He's dead, Jim.
Name that episode.
You slowly awaken. You awaken as the sun begins to rise. It's a garlic souffle, Moldavian style. You get a...
You have done much to help Mordavia, and we have much to thank you for.
You get a...
The days are getting cooler and shorter. Winter is approaching. Good to see. Then one day they were all gone. We heard of the that is the town.
It is not often that one of your talent... You're... Here... Welcome... Huh? Be careful. Should you ever visit Silma...
Tell about your dream of Irana.
So, Irana still lives, at least in spirit form. Many years ago, the magician Irana came to this valley to prevent the Dark One from entering this world. No one has heard from her since. The cave of the Dark One became her tomb. I gather much of what you dreamed comes from that experience. She is still trapped by the Dark One.
You say goodbye.
Keep your ears and eyes open, and visit us again soon.
Welcome, welcome. What next will this handsome Giorgio ask of us? What more do you need to know that only the gypsies can tell? Sorry, But that is all the future that the cards will show.
Keep your ears.
Searching for the... The wyvern... You're starving. You bet...
You do not need to go.
You unlock the... You're starving. Now that you've sent Ligeia's ghost into another realm, nothing of interest remains in this tomb. You're stuck. You find you feel a You'll get the only that feels good. The wraith vanishes into nothingness, and the air slowly begins to regain some warmth. You see a raised mound of stones. It gives you an eerie feeling. You can tell that this is a place of death. The barrow contains treasure that the wraith collected while it was alive, or perhaps more recently from treasure seekers less fortunate than you. You find a hoard of 150 gold crowns and a scroll with mysterious letters that seem to writhe and shift under your gaze. At the top is a stylized heart symbol. A few drops of ink under it remind you of dried blood. The ritual isn't designed to be used then. You will find nothing else. You deftly You awaken as the sun begins to rise. Yes. It's a garlic souffle, Mordavian.
One thing you can say about Mordavia is that it is never dull. Beca-
That
Everything in nature is of interest to the true scientist. You must learn to... Oh. Huh?
it does.
Should you ever...
What a good boy you are. You would never do anything to hurt me, would you? Unlike some others I could name. So, you have returned with the rituals. Good. Very good. We will journey at once to the Dark One's cave. Soon it will be forever night, and I shall never be at anyone's mercy again. Ya Avuzel, hear me, great Dark One. Open thy mouth that we may enter. Open thy mouth that will swallow us all. Open thy mouth of darkness, Ya Avuzel.
We will be watching you, so do not even think of trying to betray us.
The last ritual remains with the High Priest. You will need to take it before you begin the other rituals. Please, be careful.
Yes, we would hate for anything unpleasant to happen to you.
Enter now, and good luck.
You see an old leather-bound book. As awful as it now appears, something about the creature's shape suggests that it was once as human as you. Something truly terrible must have occurred to change it to its current shape. The horrible being seems to be asleep. You can't reach the book from here. This is not a good place to... This does not seem to be the best place to do that. You're starving. You'd better find some... That didn't do... That did... You straighten out your jacket. You pick up the book and read it. It is the diary of the last boyar. It seems that the thing in the pit was the last boyar. Being a servant of the Dark One didn't do much for his looks or disposition. On the last page is the thing you have been searching for. The ritual of essence. Now you have all the rituals, and the summoning of the Dark One can begin. The book crumbles into dust in your hands moments after you memorize the final ritual. As awful as it now appears, something about the creature's shape suggests that it was once as human as you. Walk over to the mound of maggots and wake him up. Dreadfully sporting of you, old chap. Stupid, but sporting. Walk over... This is not... This is... Disgusting, slimy creature seems to have heard something. It's starting to stir. You might be in the soup this time. That thing looks as though it can really dish it out. Now you've done it. The horror has woken up completely and it looks hungry. You're also having some trouble keeping the contents of your stomach at the sight of the creature. The thing looks dead. It's not easy to tell that a mound of grotesque flesh is dead, mind you, but you've got a feeling for such things now. Dead is dead. The horror is gross, slimy, and fortunately quite dead. You're starving. You're getting... This does... You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm. You have no idea what time it is. Neither sun nor stars shine in these caves, and you feel totally disorientated. This stone valve seals the passageway back into... The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you. Try as you might, the stone valve will not... There's nothing in the torch holder. The altar feels strangely warm. The altar... That didn't do anything. The ritual... That didn't do... That didn't... You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through. The altar feels... That didn't do anything useful. The rich... That didn't do it. That did... This is... You try to catch the stone above the altar with your grapnel, but there's nowhere it can catch. Yet. That didn't do anything. That did... Try as you might, the stone valve... Try as you might, the stone valve will not open. Perhaps this isn't the right time. This is not a good place to... You try to catch the stone above the altar with your grapnel, but there's nowhere it can catch. Yet. The altar doesn't look quite ready for the ritual somehow. The lighting isn't quite right. That didn't do anything useful. You put the torch back. You press the Dark One sign against the top of the altar. The sand swirls and shifts to form a mirror image of the sign. The Dark One sign dissolves into the sand, its purpose fulfilled at last. The altar feels strangely warm to your... You take the torch. The valve won't open. You're trapped. The valve... That didn't... Nothing. This torch is firmly embedded. The altar feels strangely warm. This torch is firm. It doesn't. The altar doesn't look quite ready for the ritual somehow. The lighting isn't quite right. You put the... You unroll the scroll containing the bone ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual. Ya Avuzel, Dark One, come! I stand among your massive bones. Let your skeleton once more be filled with your presence. The rocks of the cave creak and groan around you, as if forced to bear some massive weight. Ya Avuzel, take shape once more in this place that is your home. Stand again among us. The bones near the altar start to sway and move, as if a massive wind was blowing change through the cavern. Ya Avuzel, Dark One, come. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. Suddenly you realize that the nearest bones have formed into a cage and are closing around you. You need to get out of this cage before you can do anything else. You take the torch. You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through. A stone valve blocks this passage. You are in an eerie cave that appears to have been formed by red lava. It's a long way down to the pits between the narrow passageways. A stone arch forms a sort of bridge at this point. You are in an eerie cave. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. Feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it. It's a large, rather ordinary boulder. This large rock pillar doesn't look to be anchored in any way, although it looks heavy enough that it would take great strength to move it. It's a large, rather ordinary... You are in an eerie... A ring of stones provides precarious footing at the base of the blood altar. No one sees... Why jump there? It's too far away. This is not a good place to... You missed. This is not a good... You missed. This is not... You missed. You missed. This is not a good... This is... It doesn't, but... You can't... You miss. This is not a good... This is not a good place to practice throwing. You don't need to move the rock pillar, yet. Besides, it looks really heavy. You have no idea what... You move as close as you can get to the island, then try a death-defying acrobatic leap towards it. The upper shelf looks pretty distant. It would take an incredible feat of acrobatics to make it from here. You're not sure if you can make it or not. You move as close as the upper shelf. It's too far. It's too far. You better not push the rock now. May need to push it later. It feels pretty solid and rather stone-like. The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you. To unroll the scroll containing the blood ritual. Words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual. Ya, Avuzel, bringer of blood, I bring fresh blood to fill your veins. Following the scroll's instructions, you prick your finger and let a few drops of blood drip into the altar bowl. They seem to sizzle and roil within the black bowl. Ya, Avuzel, let this chamber fill with your fiery blood once more. Drops of thick acid liquid begin to form and drip from the altar into the bowl. Ya, Avuzel, bringer of blood! The dark liquid oozes forth from openings throughout the chamber and begins to fill the channels below. The blood hisses and sizzles as it flows. The scroll falls from your hands into the altar bowl, where it is instantly consumed by the acid. A thick, putrescent liquid now oozes and flows through the cave. Looks highly corrosive and in general like something you'd best avoid. The blood bears a striking resemblance to hydrofluoric acid, at least in its corrosive properties. You move as close as you can get to the... Why would you... You don't need to move the rock. It's another valve or sphincter, much like the one through which you entered. The huge stone tentacle is hollow. It somehow reminds you of a mocking imitation of a musical instrument. It looks pretty much as you'd expect. The stone has been formed into a number of strange globes in this part of the cave. A stone image of a huge unearthly creature with tentacles has been carved out of the rock on the left side. Stone bubbles are everywhere in this section of the cave. They remind you of something, but it's not quite coming to you. It doesn't burn. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it. You can't get this valve to move at all. It doesn't. The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but it doesn't. The altar feels... You unroll the scroll containing the breath ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to read the ritual. Ya, Avuzel of the breath of night, I shall come to draw forth your breath in the song of shadows. On the most right horn shall I begin thy song. The shadows of darkness gather. Ya, Avuzel, then shall I play on the leftmost of three. The wind shall come forth among the shadows. I shall bring breath again unto thy centre. The wind of darkness blows all before it. Ya, Avuzel of the breath of night, I shall sound the final note on high. The shadows of darkness shall rise again. You sense an awakening and a waiting within the altar, as if it is alive and expecting something more. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath. The altar feels... You unroll the scroll containing the breath ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to read the ritual. Ya, a woozle of the breath of night, I shall come to draw forth your breath in the song of shadows. On the most right horn shall I begin thy song. The shadows of darkness gather. Ya, a woozle, then shall I play on the leftmost of three. The wind shall come forth among the shadows. I shall bring breath again unto thy centre. The wind of darkness blows all before it. Ya, a woozle of the breath of night, I shall sound the final note on high. The shadows of darkness shall rise again. You sense an awakening and a waiting within the altar, as if it is alive and expecting something more. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains. You take a deep breath. You do. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. Dust swirls through the chamber as the giant lung blows its powerful wind through the cave. You can't get this valve to move it. Dust swirl, dust swirl, dust. You feel totally numb. Can't see anything, feel anything, hear anything, taste anything, or even smell anything. Is this totally senseless? You still can't see a thing in here. Nothing. That didn't your mother? Nothing. 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 Nothing happened. The ritual isn't designed. Nothing. That The exit seems to be sealed. There's no way out until you reawaken the senses in this cave. Wow! Did something just die in here? Your sense of smell has just returned with a vengeance. You kind of wish it hadn't. You stand still for a second until the sounds subside to a dull throb. You can hear again. Blinding glare assaults your vision, and you nearly fall from the path. It's as if you're staring directly at the sun. After a bit, you still see stars. Now at last you can see the cave you're in. Ahead of you lies the altar. There's a large stone platform near the sense altar. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it. You are looking into a giant eye, which appears to be looking right back at you. This looks a bit like a blacksmith's anvil. It's a round ball with a number of sharp-looking spikes. The rounded spur of rock reminds you of something. It's just on the tip of your tongue. No, of your nose. That's it. It's a round ball with a number of sharp-looking spikes. A cluster of the spiky balls has formed into some sort of strange nerve or sense organ. The cluster blocks most of the path to the exit. That did. You feel disoriented somewhere inside yourself as you touch the flat stone anvil. You feel a round globe with a number of sharp, spiky points. That did. The exit seems to be sealed. There's no way out until you reawaken the senses in this cave. It feels like slimy stone covered with moss. You have no... Why? 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 The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you. You begin to read the sense ritual before the altar. Ya Avuzel! Dark calls unto darkness. Reach out thy tentacles to feel life again. Let the sense of this world permeate thy smell. Ya Avuzel! The sounds of our world are loud in thine ears, to do with what thou will. Let the light and shadow of this world enter thy sight. Let thine own shadow of darkness cover the world without the need of light. Ya Avuzel! Dark calls unto darkness. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. You hear a crackling noise and see flashes of lightning from the dendrites as the smell of ozone permeates the air. It doesn't. You feel a hard stone platform. The altar feels strangely warm. That you feel totally numb. Can't see anything, feel anything, hear anything, taste anything, or even smell anything. Is this totally senseless? Maybe you'd better, see what you can do about regaining some more of your senses before you bother trying to look around anymore. You still can't see a thing in here. Wait. You just felt something, hard and round with some spiky bits sticking out. Your sense of touch has returned. Wow, did something just die in here? Your sense of smell has just returned with a vengeance. You kind of wish it hadn't. You hear a loud, almost explosive pounding and something like rushing water. After a moment you realize that you're hearing the sounds of your own heartbeat and of the blood pulsing through your veins. You stand still for a second until the sounds subside to a dull throb. You can hear again. Blinding glare assaults your vision, and you nearly fall from the path. It's as if you're staring directly at the sun. After a bit you still see stars. Now at last you can see the cave you're in. Ahead of you lies the altar. This would after some after some after 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 the altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves. You unroll the scroll containing the heart ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual. Yah, Avuzel, Master of Darkness, your servant stands now before your heart of darkness. Let your heart pulsate again with power and life. You feel a heavy throbbing sensation from your own heart, as if some force is trying to rip it free from your chest. Yah, Avuzel, let the heart of darkness force the black blood through your veins. The pressure on your chest relaxes as the stone heart begins to pulse and throb with unearthly energy. Ya, Avuzel, Master of Darkness. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. The rumbling noise grows louder as a passage opening appears in the ceiling above the heart altar.
Very good. You have succeeded where many have failed. Begin the final ritual. Soon the darkness will return to this land, and I will never lie helpless in my coffin again. Summon Avuzel and free the shadows of darkness.
Enough talk! Let's get this over with.
I do believe you are jealous. Is that because this hero stopped you from summoning Iblis so long ago? You resent the fact that I triumph while you fail, don't you?
I only wish to begin your moment of triumph, my dear Dark Master.
Very well. Let the final ritual begin.
You begin to recite the final ritual. Ya, Avuzel, we summon thee. Cold chill fills you, and you feel as if your blood was being sucked from your veins. Still you continue. Oh, great Dark One, enter the world of light. You feel as if your feet were slowly and painfully dissolving into the floor as if by acid. Somehow you continue the essence ritual. Oh, shadows of darkness, enter the land of the living. Your arms feel as if they were frozen, locked forever holding this paper. You continue to speak because you have no other choice. Oh, Master of the Forever Night, return to your own body and live again. Your head aches, and it's getting incredibly difficult to concentrate. You can barely intone the last words of the ritual. Ya, Avuzel, we summon thee.
Yes! Yes! The spell is completed, and Avuzel awakens. Darkness will fill the land, and we will never flee the sunshine again. No! How dare you!
Ah, you have just shattered the bonds which bound me. Now we shall see who is the true Dark Master.
You're starving. You better find...
I am still a far greater master of magic than you. I am a far more powerful vampire than you. Do you really think your spells can harm me? Guess again.
But my dear Katrina, I do not need to cast spells at you to destroy you. I intend only to destroy my enemy, the one you seem so fond of. Care to watch him die?
No! I will not let him die!
The fool! I knew that Avuzel would be attracted by that spell. Now Katrina will have all the darkness she so desired, and much, much more. Ah, the first part of my vengeance is complete. Now I can enjoy fully watching you die slowly and painfully.
The tendrils you clutch so desperately are starting to slip through your numb fingers. You cannot hold on much longer. Still, there is a fire burning inside you as you realize that Katrina truly cared for you. You know that you must stop Adavis once more and forever, and prevent the Dark One from fully entering this world. The nodes look like clusters of nerve cells made out of stone. Each is just large enough to hold one person. The nodes look... You don't have time to deal with the crystal right now. Adavis is trying to kill you. You face the worst of two worlds. Adavis still has the magic that made him a power when he was alive, but now he has the strength and abilities of a vampire as well. You can't just...
There's no place you can run to, and no place for you to hide. Soon there won't even be a place to stand upon. Getting worried, great hero? Hot enough for you? You think I haven't arranged protections against all of your spells? I know what puny magics the wizards teach such as you.
You don't have time to deal... The staff has changed in your hands into a sharp wooden stake.
Cute toy, but you'll never get close enough to hurt me with it. My spells will destroy you utterly should you be so foolish as to try.
The staff has changed in your hands into a sharp wooden stake.
Cute toy, but you'll never get close enough to hurt me with it. My spells will destroy you utterly should you be so foolish as to try.
This is the cave's nerve center. A weird glow suffuses the room from the crystal at the center. A spidery network of stone is all that keeps you from falling into a dark void. You can't jump. You don't have... You can't... That did... You feel a throbbing vibration as though the rock is alive with energy. You don't have... Ad-Avis's spell burned the rope completely off your grapnel. You'll need to find a way to stop his spells before you will have any chance of defeating Ad-Avis. The star... This... The staff has changed in your hands into a sharp wooden stake.
Cute toy, but you'll never get close enough to hurt me with it. My spells will destroy you utterly should you be so foolish as to try.
You consult... You tell the ultimate joke about the wizard and the farmer's daughter. That's a killer.
You think to delay your demise by telling stupid jokes? That wasn't even funny.
Despite his protestations, Ad-Avis begins to laugh. In a few moments he's doubled over, still laughing uncontrollably. Now's your chance! A voice forms in the air around you, seemingly coming from your glowing staff. It is time for you to fulfill my final destiny. You must use me to release my mistress from her imprisonment. You feel a throbbing vibration as though the rock is alive with energy. The nodes look like clusters of nerve cells made out of stone. Each is just large enough to hold one person. A luminescent crystal pulses with magical energy. This must be the crystal in which Erana was trapped during her final battle against the Dark One. The nodes look... This is the cave's nerve center. A weird glow suffuses the room from the crystal at the center. A spidery network of stone is all that keeps you from falling into a dark void. No one seems... You touch the staff of Erana to the crystal.
Thank you. You have freed me from my long imprisonment and this land from its own danger. I have driven Avuzel back to its own dimension, and I shall make certain it can never return. The darkness is banished forever from Mordavia because of you. My spirit is released, and I am no longer trapped by the Dark One. Thank you. I can hold this image no longer. Farewell.
Two weeks pass from the final encounter in the Dark One's cave. Your friends and acquaintances in Mordavia hold a party in your honor at Castle Borgov.
So even as we speak, the swamp is drying up. Soon the pass will open, and we may trade with the outside world.
NAFTA, because we have to. We can finally sell our produce to others.
Yeah, we'll export garlic to all parts of the world. Everybody will be stinky.
We can even import an elephant or two, just for old time's sake.
The king has sent word that I shall be the newly appointed boyar. Castle Borgov will again protect and guard Mordavia.
He could not have chosen a worthier person for the role. And I mean that sincerely.
We have gathered here to thank this hero. He has driven away the shadows of darkness from this land. Mordavia will again be the peaceful, beautiful land of our forefathers.
The people fill the room with their cheers.
He returned Tanya to us. For that, we shall be forever grateful.
He proved that dreams can be real if you work to make them so. He brought me back to my mommy and daddy, and you know what? They weren't even mad at me.
Everyone again gives a cheer of happiness.
Igor be in grave if not for hero friend. Instead of redhead, Igor be deadhead. Little graveyard humor there.
I would have been burned at the stake only because I am a gypsy, if this hero had not befriended me.
That's because some people, whose names we won't mention, but you know who you are, spread nasty rumors that gypsies were werewolves. How foolish to believe such things.
There are many here who owe their lives and happiness to this hero. In a land with a history of great heroes like Pyotr and Irana, he is one of the greatest.
Again, the hall is filled with cheers of excitement. You suddenly hear a familiar pair of voices.
There, that's it. I believe this crystal ball is finally working. Do you see anything, Fenris?
Yeah, I see him. He's with a bunch of people. It's either a reward ceremony or a lynch mob.
What? Let me see. Well, it's a reward ceremony, of course. He's probably done some great deed, as usual.
So now what?
Well, seeing that his adventure in Mordavia is obviously over, we bring him here to Silmaria, of course.
Suppose he doesn't want to come here.
Ah, you forget. He is a hero. Silmaria needs a hero right now. And everyone knows a hero has to go where a hero has to go.
Let's hope he knows that. Just make sure you use the right spell to teleport him. The last time you tried this, you brought the clothes and left the person behind.
This time, for sure.
If you have not already done so, we encourage you to play Shadows of Darkness again with the other character types. Many of the puzzles are different or have alternate solutions. In the meantime, you are already a winner. Please insert a writable disk in your floppy drive to save your winning hero for use in later Quest for Glory games. The save character file has been created. Save this disk for use with later Quest for Glory games from Sierra Online. Thank you for playing Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness. And congratulations again on winning. We hope to see you again in a future Quest for Glory.